And we're back to another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. Or Final Fantasy IV. I'm sorry, I said 7, didn't I? Gotcha. I'm your fool, Nick. I'm your fool. Yep, I'm your host, Nick Legato, and local fool. So here's where we're at. So we've gotten Cecil up to level 24. Took me all of it took me less than 20 minutes, and I know it did because I ran a movie in the background. I looked at the thing on it and it said like 14 minutes. What I did was I got him to about level 12 on his own, and then I killed off all the characters in my party and then let him just fight battles on his own. That's how quickly you can get him up in levels. And if you really, really want to be a jackass, you can sit there and keep going. Not a joke, just keep going. You could probably get him up to 30 before, you really start pushing your luck. So, it's time for us to get off this mountain. And it looks like, maybe because I'm standing in the circle, I can't do it. I thought we could teleport off of it. It seems we cannot. Well, the one jackass who actually can do it. There we go. He's a little MP-less. So there we go, because I used him to resurrect everyone here. No, we can't do that either. Well, then it looks like we're going to have to work our way down the mountain. But it shouldn't be too hard with a Paladin in tow. To give you an example of the kind of power Cecil had while he was leveling after he got up to about 10, every enemy melee attack did 1 damage. The fire attacks from the spirits did... I'm sorry, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, and fire spells from the spirits were only doing around 12 damage. So, and Cecil, spell-wise, has been just acquiring spell after spell. You can see Cure 2 are available, which made him pretty much invincible. Not once during his leveling did he need to use a 10th. Obviously after he did the first 10 levels, which Tella was there to micromanage by casting Fire 3 and just murdering large groups of enemies. Alright, so let's keep moving. So, it's not hard to do, and I usually do these levelings here. People have said that they've actually left the mountain of Mount Ordeals. A lot of people have said, oh, I didn't level up on the mountain, I leveled up outside. Which you can do too, but it does take a lot longer. But like I said, the choice is yours. And really, I think that fighting on the mountain is best because Cecil is pretty much immune to everything, and everything is, except for the Lilith, is weak to Cecil. So it's really a give and take. Outdoors, nothing's really... She strikes about even on everyone. So we're going to go to the Chocobo Forest, obviously, to get our characters back up to full health here. And as you can see, magic-wise, Paladin and Porum are still learning more spells. Paladin finally getting the Bio spell. Very awesome spell. Now, in order for us to get back to Mysidia, this is the best route. Via Chocobo. Why walk all the way back when you could just do this? Again, level on the mountain. That's why we bought the extra tents. We bought the extra Phoenix Downs because I knew I was going to be using at least one to pick up a healer. Or some character with a healing ability of some sort. Now, gear-wise and selling-wise, we don't really have much worth selling. We could sell the staff and we could sell the cloth. The iron bangle can go, and the rest of our iron arrows are just crap at this point, so we can go ahead and sell that stuff. But let's check, actually, before we do that. And look at Porum's got a lot of holy arrows still going for her, so not like we got to do a lot. So, and we're rolling in dough from leveling. We'll hold on to the extra Gaia robe, though. We will do that. So let's sell the staff, the iron bangle, and we'll sell the rest of the arrows here. So sell 10, 7, that's fine. Okay, because we need inventory space more than anything else. And the one thing I really liked about the DS remake was the arrows. They got rid of the fact that arrows were a disposable item. That you could actually play through the game with just having the one arrow in your equipped, and that's the arrow you use. They got rid of the arrow inventory concept, so which was, in my opinion, awesome. Oh, that's right, you bet your ass I'm awesome. He's a Paladin, alright. Although I didn't think it was possible. What do you mean? I'm ashamed. I had these 2 spy on you, but it looks like it was all necessary after all. Which is kind of funny, because there's no real way we could have survived the mountain without those 2 little brats. So, To each his own. Ages of prophecy, prayer, faith, and now look. Engraved on this blade it is Mysidia's legend. The legend? Legend of the hidden temple. No. Be funny if it was, though. But no. I'm one born from the mouth of a dragon, rising towards the heavens with light and darkness. A sleeping promise shall awaken. You don't say. I'm sure there's more to it. Veiled in the light of eternity. I cannot speak English today. Mother Earth shall be blessed with mercy and salvation. So one born of the mouth of a dragon. So it says the prophecy is that one born of a dragon will use the powers of darkness and light to conquer evil. This kind of sounds like Cecil, doesn't it? He started with the power of darkness, and now he's a warrior. Now he's a warrior of light. Interesting how that works out, ain't it? Tella, it's been a while. Yes, he did. I will avenge my daughter's death with it. I will destroy him with Medio, no Tella. Yes, it would. I will squelch this agony I live in. Oh, how I cried out when I saw Anna lying bloodied and my lovely daughter murdered. Passionate as ever. You're the same as you always were. You're still ever the diplomat. It's interesting to see that Tella and this elder knew each other this well. And again, the translation is just great. All these things were censored through even the newest versions of the DS game. These things were censored. Oh, great. You told us to help him, right? Please permit us to go too. Yes, it did. Sir Cecil, Tella, take care of them for me. Cecil sitting there going, face palming, going, oh no. So it's kind of a neat little party we've got here. 3 powerful mages, which leaves room for 1 melee guy, doesn't it? Dun dun dun. Who could it be? Who could it be? Actually, it really doesn't matter who it could be. One thing really quickly, I want to put Tella's bio within reach here. So I arranged it in an awkward way. I know I did. Where is it? There's bio. I don't use Piggy, really. I don't really use much of any of these others. But as you can see, Medio is 99 MP, which is beyond Tella's ability to use, so don't worry about it. Alright, time for us to use what's called the Devil's Road. Now that mage is out of our way, we can actually go in there and use it. The Devil's Road is pretty much a teleporter that allows us to connect from Baron to Mysidia. Why Baron used the airships to arrive to Mysidia instead of using this Devil's Road is beyond my grasp to understand. The only reason I think that they used the airships in case there was resistance, which is one of the argued storyline concepts to why they didn't use the Devil's Road to get to Baron. Welcome to the training room. I don't think, unlike, this is actually, again, one of those training rooms where there's no gear for you. Ha 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 ha. Mocked. Be mocked. Okay, so now we're back in Baron. Yay, home sweet home. We've traveled a long way, and now we're back, which is kind of cool. But there's more to it than that. What is this noise? We have no way to... Now, when we first played, in the very first episode or 2, might have been episode 2, but I think it's episode 1, we talked around town to find out that there's a way into Castle Baron through the town of Baron, but we need a key to open that door. And it says it's the key of Baron. So what you'll probably end up doing, if you've never played this game, you'll wander around town and still not be able to find anything. And, eventually you'll find an old friend, Yang. You don't recognize me? I'm Cecil. I became a paladin. Cecil, I've been looking for you traitors to the king. Attack! Uh-oh, it appears maybe that Yang has been brainwashed. But now we have to fight these Baron Guards. Now, Baron Guards, these are humanoids. And if you've played a Final Fantasy game before, you know exactly what humanoids hate the most. They hate bio. They hate bio. Bio, even though is a costly spell at this point of the game, but as we progress through the game, it'll be not that valuable. It won't be that expensive. But as you can see, human beings, enemies hate it. You fugitive. And here we go, being attacked. Really, it's just a matter of causing him enough pain to make him stop. But what we want to do to make sure he doesn't really kill anybody is throw protect. It's really hard to lose this battle if you throw up a couple bios. Nothing overkill, but enough just to pretty much end his reign here. So 2 bios and a Cecil attack should be enough to silence him. Well, maybe more than that. Let's go for a twin magic, because I know they'll never pull it off in time. By the time they pull it off, he'll be pretty much done. So we could use something. We could try Tornado. I'm just throwing out random spells, even though most of them will not work. See, as you can see, it didn't work. We just wasted a lot of MP, but we're going to use the in anyway. We're going to have to, because we used magic earlier before we had to do other stuff. And there's a kick to the face. Nothing like curing that with a Q2 here. And there's Little Meteor, and there's another skill that they have too randomly that they use called Flare. Little Flare. I think. I don't remember. I've only seen Little Meteor in the Japanese version last time I played it. Let's go for it again, just to see. Probably be Little Meteor again if they even can pull it off. And for the cheap seats, Osmosis. Osmosis. I'm just going to hang out until they do it. And there's the irony for you. Ming had MP this whole time. Little Flare. Which is stronger than Little Meteor, depending on what you're fighting. As you can see, he's still not done yet. So now we're just going to have to really unload on him with, hit him with Bolt 3. Yeah. We're going to let Porum heal us there after that hit. We're going to go with Bio. Oh, you think he's done. And the battle's over. So we were pretty much safe. Yay! He's come to his senses. You did. You should commit homogiri or whatever it's called, where you stab yourself in the stomach and somebody chops your head off for your insolence. There's a quiet room in the inn where we can talk. Yang has joined the party. So pretty much what's going to happen is that we get a free room for the night. That's why I didn't care how much MP we spent. It was negligible because we'll instantly recover it all in the inn. Yes, I did. Tonight you stay for free. Because even the citizens don't like Baron. And it's funny how Paladin goes straight to bed. He's Tella, the sage, Gilbert's my daughter. Sacrificed her life to protect him. I am Yang, captain of the monks of Fabul. I kick ass and take names. I am a Mysidian genius, Palom! Please pardon his impudence. I can see why you're Cecil's friend. Both of you were Baron's puppets. Yes, for shame. We've got to save Sid, but it won't be so easy to get into the castle, you don't say. What's this? This is the key to Baron. So it appears that, they find Yang, who they know is working, who helped us, though he's amnesiac. They entrust him with, important stuff that they wouldn't even entrust Cecil with when he was captain of the Red Wings. Interesting how that kind of happens. Okay, so, anyway, back to what we were figuring out here. Here's the deal. We're going to do... Now, before we get started with that, let's go ahead and go outside first. As you can see, because of our setting, he's already where he needs to be. Now, Yang is always 1 to 2 levels higher than Cecil. So there's no way around it, and there's no way to kind of, you know, work it in your favor. That's just the way it is. So let's go to this door here. This was locked when we first came through. Now it's unlocked. So let's check out what this weapon shop has. But before we do, is it? No, it's not layer. I thought it was. Excuse me. But I think there it is. We can actually get us some free treasure we could not get before. 2,000 gil and whatever this is. The Wrath of Zeus, which we don't really use. Okay, we're going to grab 2 Thunder Rods. We don't need any claws because we still got our claws from last time. So we don't need any of those. And let's talk to the armorer here. Now we do want to buy a... let's see what he's got equipped first before we start doing that. Let's go ahead and equip Paladin here with Thunder. And Tella can actually stay with the healing, but there is a reason why I have 2 Thunder Rods, so... yeah, he's got nothing but crap equipped. So weapon-wise, for the next upcoming dungeon, a Thunder Claw and an Ice Claw are a really good combo. You could go both 2 Thunders and 2 Ices, but there's actually an enemy that absorbs Thunder. And if I'm not mistaken, there's even an enemy that absorbs Ice. So you're kind of screwed with either choice, so you may as well just leave it be. But we need to buy him a band. Well, first off, we need to buy a Kenpo and a bandana. Now, we only need to buy 1 of each. You don't need to buy it for the other characters. Their stuff is actually better than, not defense-wise, but magic ability-wise, it's actually more than sufficient. Let's go ahead and put the bandana on, and we need to get him a silver ring here, since I sold the one I had picked up earlier, just because I wasn't sure if I was going to find... I forgot what stuff was in this town to buy, so I just kind of went on a hunch. Okay, and silver, which raises his magic, but it also raises his defense a little. His defense, though, is 25 to 37, 25 to a mage who's 14, probably our strongest defensive mage is here. No, 12? And probably 15, actually. So Paladin is the most defense of all of our mages. So it is something to consider as we play through the game that, well, with this setup, that Yang is not much of a battle front lines guy. You're going to waste a lot of MP trying to keep him alive, because he does take damage. He doesn't take damage well, but at the same time, it's better than nothing, because this is really all we've got going for us. So this is, so since this is what's available to us, and really that's all that's available to us, we're going to have to manage. Like I said, Yang is not your best front linesman, one would say. Let's go ahead, and before we go too far, let's go ahead and save, because it's been a while. You see, we were still back on the mountain in that last save. We still got 26,000, so, right? No, 206, yeah, no, 26,000. So we've got a lot of money, so, it's not like it's going to kill you to, and if you really want to buy those soft clothes for all the other characters, go ahead, but you should have no reason whatsoever to buy any of that crap. Now, before we go down the stairway, we can do this. And I thought there was more. I really did. Oh, wait a minute. Is that later? That's later, isn't it? Yeah, that's later. So don't worry about it. But there's 1,000 gold there. Okay, so we got that. Now we're in another dungeon below Baron. This is why the ice and the lightning need to be equipped. Specifically, the alligators are weak to ice, the shells are weak to bolt, and that's really all there is to it. Let's fake tear up, that way they're weak, and we'll have Yang do a kick attack. And let's try an ice attack just to see what the difference is. And we'll have Cecil work on the alligator, or whichever one, the Gigaskater, the Gigaskater. Let's go ahead and see what a kick does here. Probably not, still not a lot of what we were hoping for, but it should be sufficient. And Cecil will just murder everything in his path at the moment. That's me going, Wasn't really happy with the kick. So we're probably going to have to go stronger magic attacks, less kicking. Cecil will go for the strongest enemy on the battlefield. And that should be enough to finish the battle here. Plus some melees if need be, and one more kick, since we've already been trying to kill them all in one shot. Yeah, that was enough. But now we have 5 characters, which means less experience per kill. So we're going to start leveling slower. Now, like I said, if you want to power level fast, kill everyone off and keep 1-2 guys in the party. Like I said, you don't really need to do that, except at Mount Ordeals. You don't really need to do it at any other point, and when the other point to do it comes up, I'll mention it. I may even do an example of what you want to do, and then that's the maximum of my extent. Okay, splashers, which are also in the remake, in most remakes are known as electrofish. Now, electrofish absorb... No, wait, these aren't electrofish. No. We can use a strong lightning here. Durr. Had a moment. I think so. The electrofish are actually, I think, pink. We'll find out, won't we? Yeah, they're pink. Because there's no way Yang could do that much damage to electrofish. Because he's got the thunder claw on him. Come on, Paladin. Just get it over with. Thank you. There we go. And yeah, the electrofish usually show up by themselves. And then you got crap experience for that battle, so we won't use Bolt 2 in those battles for any reason. No need. Okay, and here's a different configuration. Obviously, though, these are all enemies you've seen before. The first one should die pretty quick. So, let's get started here. Whenever this game will let me start. Killing the enemies. And as you see, Yang and Cecil are actually holding their own pretty well. I will actually have Yang melee this one here. And have Paladin attack that. There we go. And Yang and Paladin and Tella can attack the top one. Oh, she didn't kill it. Lame. Yeah, just do that. That one's dead. As you can see, these battles are not too tough. We've actually fought one of the hardest. There's still harder enemies to come, so just be patient. We'll get to them. But right now, these are the lightweight enemies, the intro enemies, including those alligators. So we still got some nasty enemies coming up. And actually, I hate this tunnel so much. This is the one underground tunnel I think I hate the most. No, that's not true. That's actually not true at all. I take that back. So let's go ahead and do a single bolt on one of these fish. Throw out a cure too. Have him do it too. To the same one actually as well. Because Cecil will take out the Giga Skater, and Yang will work on this bottom splasher here. He didn't do well. Must have been a critical that I had or something. That's okay. See how this does, because if this does sufficient, then we'll just do it this way. Shazam! Yeah, that was much better. Just use ice and then use Yang and Cecil to take care of the small fries. Sweet. Let's keep moving. Look at Paladin and Porum though. They're leveling up nicely, and their HP is growing very nicely. Specifically, it's interesting to see Paladin's growth the way it is. Tella's only going to grow in HP. So we've seen this battle. We'll see after the battle. It's interesting how Paladin and Porum just keep gaining massive levels one after another. So let's keep moving. Now there's some chests in here that are tricky to get to, so hopefully I can get to them without too much issue. More Hermes shoes, which they will get their use in time. Well, here's a new enemy. I was actually stopped the video, but I realized, oh look, it's a new enemy. Hydras. They look intimidating, but they only seem to come in pairs of 2, and they're weak against ice. So Yang and Cecil's combined strength can pretty much lay waste to them. You get a unicorn horn, which is like an Asuna, a carryable Asuna. So there is a benefit to fighting them. They drop those, but they're not really effective monsters. Though that will change when we see new reincarnations of them later, I'm sure. Let's see, there we go. We got a spider's web now. I believe that... Alright, let's keep moving. And we're walking to this chest here, which is a copper hourglass, rather than, I think, no, it's still the same thing. Okay. We have a new enemy, the flood worm thing. I just missed the name of it again. The flood worm, yes. The flood worm is pretty dangerous for this skill here, which can... Well, I was actually expecting it to do more, but oh well. I guess he is weak sauce. Let's go ahead and osmosis the worm here. What we'll do is we'll work our way down on him. Let's route a Cure 2 just to react to that attack, plus we need some healing anyway, because he's going to hit us again. He didn't even hit everybody that time. Just fine, and... No, I won't even use a magic spell this battle, because between Cecil and Yang, I should be able to finish him off. That was pretty crappy, actually. Okay, he's down. Floodworm isn't too threatening, really. I'm sure in other versions of the game, I believe in the DS version, he's actually quite a heavy hitter, so might be a reason to be a little hesitant when fighting it. But in this version of the game, which is the Japanese version, he's not too bad. Not too bad at all. So now that we've done that, we're going to get in another fight. Alright, that battle was won, into another battle. Alright, and we're moving. Let's go ahead and cheat our way through by heading through here. Because there's no treasure down that way. So, and I just walked down there to fight, huh? Here are the lightning fish. Finally, a battle with lightning fish. Lightning fish are a pain in the ass. There's not really much you can do to kill them. They're not weak to any elemental that I know of. So your best bet is just to beat him down physically. Now, Yang will do half the damage he normally does. So one of the things I usually do to get rid of these lightning fish is do a dual bio. You don't run into them very often, at least not that I can remember, so you're probably going to be okay, just, you know, doing that technique there. So, or single bio and then let Cecil and, you know, the mages deal with it with very easy ice spells. Or fire works just as well, but don't use bolt, they will recover their health. And you will feel like a jackass for healing the enemy. Okay, so let's head up. Obviously we're going to go around, down and around to grab this item here. Which is an ether. Yay, free ether. Keep walking here if I can. There we go. And now finally we get to a sanctuary. A place of rest. Yay! Let's walk around here in a circle. Now here's the catch to this zone here. We receive the ancient sword. Now there's a lot of debate and discrepancy about what the ancient sword is capable of and all that. It's actually weaker melee damage, but it causes status effects. I still stick with the legend. I just don't see a reason to use the ancient. It's good for, you know, it's worth holding on to, but realistically I've never really found a big, all-useful purpose for it. A lot of people do use it, so my best advice to you is to do whatever you want. I know it's a terrible... It's not really good advice because, you know, you can do all kinds of things, but realistically, like I said, it's all about how much damage you do. It's not about certain... status effects help, but they don't seem to change the flow of battle, at least in my opinion, or that I've noticed. So using the ancient is up to you. But like I said, it's a great sell piece. You get lots of money for it later. So, again, at your discretion. So, in the next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy IV, dual back-to-back boss battles. We'll see you there.